Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a wave pattern long here on the Russell. Let me get my orders in place here. And this one's going to be, well, it's kind of the same situation we ran into last time. So I'm looking at this wave pattern long here on the Russell, and one thing that we're looking at is we've been continuing this move higher pretty much all morning. I mean, we've had a really nice rise higher. Let me get this to look correct here. Had a beautiful reversal off of the lows, and it never really gave us a good pattern to get in long. It was around 8:30, so maybe not a little bit early, and then kind of continued higher. And that's kind of where we're sitting right now, where we're continuing higher. We've made, a seventh wave higher, a ninth wave higher. Now we're working on the 11th wave higher. We're just seeing quite a bit of follow through here and just continued pressure to the upside. Overall, the way that we're entering right now, we're in long right now for contract 64.8, and we've seen this last week as well, where the first target's at 65.1. That's only 3 ticks, right? So we're not going to go for a 3-tick target. It was filled, I guess, if that makes any difference, but we're not really looking for that small of a target. We're more so looking for a little bit of a bigger move in this case, especially to go along with the aggression that we've been seeing all morning to swoop this thing higher. So the first target instead is going to get expanded out a little bit to 66 even. Just running the kind of target above the high of day currently. After that, we're looking at 66.8, and then a possible extension move. You could take it off at 67.9, or you could look for 69.3. You've got plenty of options back up to those highs there. So from our entry here at 64.8 to the first target, we're looking at 12 ticks. The second target is going to be a little bit above that at 66.8. That's going to be 20. And then the final target all the way up here, if we can get it filled at 69.3, we're looking at 45. So really, if we can get all of them filled, we're sitting on 2 off at 12, which is 24, another 20, and then 45. So 89 ticks on the trade if we can get them all hit. So looking pretty good to the upside so far. You can see they're kind of fluctuating a little bit, but this just kind of looks more like they're coming back to retest the cloud again and then just bounce higher. So let's see if they can push up and get that first target at 66. Once we get through that area and we get 66 filled, then we can start looking to go to break even, and we'll move our stop to break even just like always, and then we'll look to continue this higher. Because of the strength of this type of move, you really don't anticipate it coming back any. So just that whole area is going to be kind of what we're looking for, back all the way up to possibly 69.3 if it really gets running. So we'll just kind of sit on hands here, wait and see if we can get that 66 even filled. And then by that point, maybe we can push up to 66.8 as well. So we'll be back in a little bit and see if we can get that push higher. All right, we're back. Just got a big push through, hit that first target, and we're just kind of seeing that continued strength up here. So now that we got the target filled, stop go to break even. 64.9 is where it's at now. So we've had a lot of these just kind of fluctuation at these highs. We flirted around with this high for quite a while, and you can see the wicks on the low. They're duking it out here. So we got our target filled at 12, which is good. But based on what we're seeing so far, we really need to see the buyers take over here and get this thing going. Otherwise, it could just be a break even stop out. So stops at break even +1 where it needs to be. Just looking for continued pressure to the upside at 66.8. So we'll see if we can get that push higher and kind of trap out these sellers here. It looks like they're definitely trying to fight it out here at these highs. It's just a matter of getting them stopped out at this point. So we'll see if they have what it takes, but otherwise we'll be back in a little bit and see if we can hit 66.8, catch some follow through, maybe even up to 69.3. All right, we're coming back up to the high of day here, testing 66.6, looking for them to break through it. We've been getting a lot of poppiness here, and you can see it pulled back decent way. Our stop is at 64.9, they hit 65.1, so that part's good. It kept us in, and we really can't move our stop a whole lot here. Maybe one extra tick, but that's about it. So now at this point, we're just looking for a little bit more follow through. We've got that target filled, got another 20 ticks locked in, and just kind of waiting to see if they have what it takes to really get this thing cranking. It may be a little bit of time before we really get back up to those highs, especially with this slow and just kind of grindy that this trade has been. You really don't expect it to last an hour on these types of patterns. They usually go pretty quick, but we're going on an hour now pretty soon here. Well, maybe not quite an hour. We're about 20 minutes off of an hour. So, just looking for the next target up. 67.9 may be the next area of interest. And if you're conservative, that's where you can take your target off of. Because of the aggression of this type of trade, I'm looking for 69.3 just to see if we can crank higher and really kind of hit that location. So we'll be back in a little bit, hopefully, and we'll see if we can hit that 69.3. All right, so we came up and we hit our target to the tick here. Now, because we hit the target to the tick, we didn't get filled. So I'm going to lock my stop in at 68.5. I don't want to give this any room to come back on me. I'm not willing to give all of that back. Now, if it does stop me out at break even, or not at break even, but if it does come back and stop us out, then we're looking at 37 ticks on the trade instead of 45. Still not bad, but you really kind of hope that it fills you on that 69.3. In this case, it really didn't. It only tested it to the tick, yeah, and then there it stops us out. So we got 37 on the final portion there. Not much we can really do about that, and it may go right back up and hit the highs again, but no sense in really chancing. And now when it comes that close to your target, actually hits your target and just doesn't fill you, not really a point in giving anything back at that in that scenario. So overall, because of the difference, we take 81 ticks instead. So not a huge difference in terms of profitability. I'll take 810 versus 870 regardless, so that's fine. 81 ticks on the trade, $810. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.